I was hoping to go live about 7 or 8. So, it's probably going to be a good hour and then we'll be done. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. It's your girl, Philly Phil. Please like the video as you come in. Double tap the screen. Share it out. We're going to do a live review of Dr. Umar. They beat a person down for so long and they have to come out and speak. And then people don't like it when you speak. But I have never seen, I thought I had seen it all. I thought I had seen it all when it comes to someone being watched and every move they make and things of that nature. But I mean, Dr. Umar, he is in the public eye. He is a very good orator. He speaks all around the world. So people are going to watch him. But I heard something earlier tonight. Somebody, I mean, the things that they think they know about people. I mean, they literally thought they knew that this. Never mind. I'm not going to even go into it. I'm going to stick with this video that I'm going to review. It's a live that Dr. Umar did, part of the live that he did on Instagram, IG last night. And then he moved it over to his King Conscious channel, part of it. So this is going to be 2 parts because he talks about Mama Smurf in one, and then he talks about the evil vegan in the other. These are the names he give them. I'm not going to use their real names, so I'm going to go by what he named. I did go and look up the evil vegans to see what she looks like. So he put it out there. Her and her mom have a vegan restaurant. I need meat anyway. You know what? People that's vegan, they eat a lot of cheese and potatoes, and they be just as big as the people that eat meat. But anyway, I'm not here to go on no vegan rant or anything like that. Let's just start listening. It says, the title of this video, Dr. Umar claps back, exposes the lies at the heart of Baby Smurf's story or whatever. Now, there's a lot going on with his daughter. There's none of my, it's none of our business. Is that she came out here and put business out of the streets. Like he's gonna say, he don't even like talking about his personal business. But sometimes people will force you to talk about. But ain't nobody going. You know what? I disagree with him on one thing. I still wouldn't have said a god doggone thing. Say what you do. Do your worst, for I will surely do mine. No, people just want to make you talk about your personal life, and it's none of their business. But anyway, enough of me talking. Let's listen to Dr. Umar. Okay, all right.
To go.
Hey,
Getting
Kizzy.
ready to go to an event. My eldest daughter. I got notice that my eldest daughter, quote unquote, exposed me on her TikTok. She made plenty of allegations, most of which I dealt with from Sweden. For some reason, every time I leave the country, I always fall under attack. I don't know what it is. He's
addressing, his daughter first coming out on TikTok, and he's going to break it all down. And, you can't fault him for now responding. I would choose to say, F it. I don't care what you say. I'm not saying a word. But that's me. I'm going to try to separate myself from this because this really bothers me. And listen, the things I'm giving commentary on and my commentary on this, I stand on business. I stand on it 100%. I stand on it 100%, and I don't care who doesn't like it. You don't like it, don't watch. You don't have to be in. So you don't have to be here. You know what I'm saying?
I leave the country. I fall under attack. But anyway, Baby Smurf decided to slander my name with a bunch of lies. I addressed most of it, but I'm going to address the rest of it.
Okay, he has no problem talking about everyone else's, and he's made himself true. I said in the beginning, he is a public figure. But there's something, there's a difference. When people start amplifying video sound and just I mean, wanting to see what colors. I understand he's a public figure. He's speaking on blackness and things that he believes. Everyone has a right to their beliefs. I don't see him out here just giving commentary on people breaking down. I don't see him focusing in on one single person and breaking down everything that they do every day. I don't see Dr. Umar doing that. So I'm gonna have to say I disagree. Salt and pepper natural. Hey, Jamili, how you doing? I have cleared my schedule for April the 9th. I'm not gonna work late that day. I plan on being there. Lord bless, nothing happened and the creek don't rise. She is having a live on her channel talking about the loss of her daughter. Put the link in here again for that. And everybody, make sure you go over there. If you catch this video, go over to Jamili's on April the 9th. Now back to Dr. Umar. I don't see this man out here focusing. He's talking about his school. And people give him such a hard time for this school. Opening up a school, a black man trying to open up a school or an academy, gotta be a lot of work. I wouldn't know where to begin. You know, it's a delayed opening, so it didn't happen when he said it would. That sometimes things get delayed. They have a delay in game sometimes. The weather, sometimes there's a delay. Everybody, well, they gave money. Well, nobody forced them to give money. When Barack Obama ran for president the first time, every 2 weeks I sent him a donation out of my paycheck. It wasn't much, but it was enough to get me a nice little ceremonial invitation to the inaugural ball. I didn't go, of course. But people do things because they want to do it. And the school hasn't opened yet, but at least he's trying to open a school. That's a good thing. Why?
To then
No, you can't see my baby. You're not getting my baby. Yeah, come on, people. Come on, people. Hello, Wanda, how are you? Hello, Mrs. Lisa Diane. Hello. Okay. But I said this, and he's going to get into it. I've already listened to the whole video. So I guess I need to quit talking, huh?
I gave her 2 weeks to get in touch with me. I messaged her through Instagram. I'm sure everybody in Philly told her, you got 2 weeks. This man wants to see his child who you've been holding for 13 years. For 13 years. For 13 years. And if I don't see her, I'm going to tell the world why I don't see her. So we have come to the deadline for the evil vegan to manifest my daughter. And so now we're going to get into this. And I want to say that this is a lesson. Let this be a lesson to all young black men, all brothers of the Ephi Tunde Army. I want you to learn from my mistakes so you don't repeat them. Because even though I'm going to tell the truth today about what both of my daughter's mothers have done to isolate me from their life, at the end of the day, as a man, I have to take full responsibility because if I never impregnate them, as a man, I have to take full responsibility because if I never impregnate them, as a man, I have to take full responsibility because if I never impregnate them, they can never weaponize my children against me. Those women denied their daughters the right to have their biological father.
And I believe him. I don't care what y'all say. Now, he hasn't been perfect, and he's saying that. But I know I'm saying I've seen women keep their children from their father, even when they're getting support. So you can't tell me, especially when a man get another woman, and and he not with the baby mama. I've seen what can happen. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. So tonight, what we're listening to, Dr. Umar Johnson, I don't know all those names he called himself. I'm sorry. King Consciousness. He had to come out. He has come out and he's standing on business and he's defending himself. Okay? And some people don't like it. Some people say he's cursing the mama out and cursing the daughter out and all. He was called a whole bitch. Let's talk about it. Okay? He was called. Never mind. Let me stop.
I did not marry them. You've already heard the story of Mama Smurf. I'm going to leave Mama Smurf out of it to the extent that I can, but you ain't heard the story about the evil vegan. And if you think Mama Smurf's story was crazy, wait until you hear the evil vegan story.
Yeah.
If you thought what Mama Smurf did was crazy, wait until you hear what the evil vegan did to keep me from my child's life. Before we deal with baby mama to number 2, the evil vegan, before we deal with baby mama number 2, the evil vegan, I want to go through baby Smurf's initial.
So he's getting ready to go through his daughter's initial TikTok video. And as we know, he calls her baby Smurf. That's what he calls her. She did a couple of lives, and I talked about that earlier. Just you gotta pray for her. But it's her. It's went down. You're gonna tell me that those women, those said, "Well, I want to get married. I don't want to. I don't want to be no baby mama. I want to be like Ashanti. I want to get married." And he didn't marry them. You don't want to marry somebody who's not ready and who doesn't want to marry you. Hey, CMA. Hey, bro. How you doing? What you laughing at, Michael? That's my brother, y'all. Say this to you tonight, bro. At ease. At ease. Okay.
Right.
Me messing up my video.
And then we'll get into the evil vegan. Now,
Michael, don't call me and mess up my video. Don't hate on Dr. Umar. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Michael, do not call me and mess up my video. I'm on my cell phone. I put it on Do Not Disturb. Why is it not working? I didn't feel like setting up StreamYard tonight from my phone. So no one can call me. You can't call me. Please don't call me. Don't text me. Don't call me. Okay.
let me say something. Taking responsibility. I know for a fact that the evil vegan situation happened just under 10 years after the first situation happened because I had not learned my lesson. As much as I suffered, as much as I was punished with baby Smurf, I had not learned my lesson. Because if I learned my lesson that the ancestors wanted to teach me, the evil vegan would have never ended up in the same situation. Both of my daughter's mothers are the same age. Both of my daughter's mothers are the same complexion. Both of my daughter's mothers are born in the same month. Both of my daughter's mothers were on birth control until they decided to conceive. without making me aware that they stopped using the birth control. And both of my daughter's mothers wanted to get married as a result of pregnancy. I'm telling you the situation.
Now that is his bro. I don't have the link tonight. I don't think it. I don't think I can go back and out and get it. When you do it this way, you have to do it initially. Okay, he's saying that both of the baby mamas. Now this is his version. And you know the women will probably not come out because some people don't want their business in the streets, and it's only out here because of one person putting it out here. Because they could have handled this behind the scenes. Because the each party had access to each other off of social media. It never had to come to social media, but people will often bring things to social media when they want to try and out you, when they want to try and make you look bad, when they want your ops, because they've been watching you on social media, so they know who your ops are and they know who they want to run to or who they want to see them so that they may reach out to them. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm look, if you go back and you watch my videos, I'm gonna put it out here. I'm the first to say that family is a mofo. Family will be your first op. Family is probably your biggest op when it's all said and done. Now, some of you may be blessed and may not have to deal and do interviews with their ops, whatever. I just found out today that Dr. Umar dad interviewed with his ops. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. See, it's just it's so much to take in. And it's so much that I can relate to. That's why I'm passionate about this, and I don't care who doesn't like it. Who's gonna check me? Not you.
Are almost identical. The situations are almost identical. Same age, same city, same complexion, same birth month. Both were on birth control. Stop.
Am I freezing now? I'm freezing because my brother he disagrees with Dr. Umar, so he's calling my phone to mess up my life. But I'm gonna say this to you at ease. At ease, comedian Mike Allen. Leave me alone. I'm sitting up here trying to review Dr. Umar. He is fighting for his social media life. He would probably say he don't give a damn in, but you know. Stop calling me.
Taking it, didn't tell me. Both had another agenda. They names even rhyme.
And he's telling the truth about
Their
that.
names even rhyme.
They names in Nisha and Isha.
In fact, Mama Smurf, the evil vegan, and Baby Smurf, all three of their names rhyme with each other. Mama Smurf, the evil vegan, and Baby Smurf, all three of their names rhyme. But with that being said, let's get into this.
Let's get into it, doctor. Come on, doctor. Talk to me.
Baby Smurf started out her initial TikTok rant. She said, I'm not trying to get clout. I'm not trying to get clout. I think we already know that she was trying to get clout.
When people come to social media and they come out with this jaw-dropping, let's say for a moment, a jaw-dropping story or situation about someone who's on, I'm on YouTube. I have people that follow me and watch me. People that like me and people that don't like me. So if someone wants to come out here with some juicy gossip, people that, what they saying about PP? Oh, I want to talk to that person. I don't give a damn about it, but I'm going to befriend them. This is what's happening to Dr. Umar, because your ops will try and befriend anyone that has anything negative to say about you. Even your own child or your own mama or your own daddy. It happened to Umar. We're talking about Dr. Umar. Don't get it twisted.
Then she said, I wanted to get to know my sister. Baby Smurf said, I wanted to get to know my sister. Baby Smurf, if you only wanted to get to know your sister, why did it take you until the age of 22 to want to get to know your sister? Why didn't you want to get to know your sister in high school? Why didn't you want to get to know your sister at 18? Why didn't you get to want to know your sister at 19? What about 20? What about 21? The truth of the matter is, Baby Smurf, this wasn't about your sister. And it wasn't about your father. It was about you.
You know, but I've already said it. I hate to say it. It was about him and making him look bad. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Now you guys can say whatever you want, but that's how it is. I'm gonna let him say it.
Slandering me to build a platform so you can get struggle streams.
Now, I am a struggle streamer, Dr. Umar. I'm struggling over here and I am doing this. I would like a little clout. I would like views. But everything I'm saying and commentating on, I stand on it and I believe it 100%. So when you say that she came out here to clout chase and build on you and knowing that your enemies would see her, I've seen, it's like deja vu. It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Let's go.
You only brought my youngest daughter into this situation. So it looked like you had a justified reason for slandering my name. That's why you did this. This wasn't about my daughter and it wasn't about me. This was about you seizing upon an opportunity to launch your struggle streamer career. I've been posting women on my social media, doing Umar voiceovers. I was just on Drewski.
Well, why mine didn't get posted? I guess he didn't like my voiceover.
Episode got what? 10 million views in 2 weeks? 6 million views in.
Now, when people see you getting all those views, they want to start attaching themselves to you so they can get, yes. You know, I'm talking about this story because this story just, for some reason, and I can't think of what it is or I don't know, but this story just touches me. This story touches me deep in my gut. I can't explain why. I don't know why, people, but it touches me. So, you know, it is, but I mean, my channel hasn't grown. Since I've been talking about this, my channel, I haven't got no big boost or nothing. No, not at all. But I will continue to talk about it. And I do this, guys, my channel, I do this when I have time and when I can. And, you know, I may come on here one day I'm baking, one day I'm traveling, one day I'm selling cakes at the river market. I do everything on this channel. It's a variety. So if you don't like this video, please go find a video that you like. Please. This is a variety. You may not like everything that I do. Okay? Some of you might not like the fact that I always wear black. Not always, but for the most part. But I like it. So, you know, we all different.
Day, you were thirsty, and you simply used me as your stepping stone. But then Baby Smurf went on to say, I asked if he had her number, and he never responded. Everybody saw the screenshot. Everybody saw the screenshot. You text me from an email address, and I asked you, Baby Smurf, why are you not texting me from your phone if this is my child who pops in and out of my life randomly, never taking me up on an invitation to meet with me? You lied to the people. You lied your ass off on that TikTok rant. You said you just want a conversation with you.
Dr. Umar just said a curse word. You know, I don't normally hear him curse. But it is what it is, hell. Shit. Damn, I understand.
Your dad. Well, the last time you texted me, did I not invite you to go eat, have dinner? Let's meet up. The time before that, did I not invite you to meet? Let's have dinner, meet up. The time before that, did I not invite you to meet? Let's have dinner.
So what he's establishing is, he's establishing the fact that he has tried to have a relationship with her and meet up with her, this, that, and the other, but she's grown now. If she doesn't want to go, she doesn't have to. He's to meet with her, take her out, conversate with her. He has tried to do that, and I believe him. Now, I know the man not perfect. He's a man. He's a man. He got two women pregnant and he's not married to either one of them. He already said he messed up. So he's a man. He's a man that just does happens to not like snow bunnies.
Mia, every time you text me over the past decade, every time you've texted me, I've asked you to see you, and every time I ask to see you, you ghost me and disappear. You stop texting all together. I know why. Because you already told me. You remember you texted me and said my mother doesn't want me communicating with you? You remember that? You said my mother doesn't want me communicating with you.
And I told y'all when I first started doing commentary, I said those mothers kept those children from him. Mothers have the ultimate, the final, I'm telling you. And it's when the kids get grown when they can, or sometimes it don't even have to be in their 20s. When they get 14 and 15, they'll be like, I'm going to see my mama or my daddy, whichever parent has them that's trying to get. I told y'all these women were keeping these kids from this man, but everyone that has a problem with Dr. Umar because of their jealousy or their hatred of him for his success or him not opening up the school when he said, they're going to use this and just be like, oh no, he didn't want to be in her life. No, he was a deadbeat dad. No, he took care of the kids. He paid child. Deadbeat dad is a ninja that don't give up no money, be at the club popping and buying drinks for every woman come in and not buying pampers and taking care of his child. That's a deadbeat dad. But y'all know this. Some of you may not really understand it. Some of you may not really understand it.
So I know why you never followed me up on your invitation. But why did you lie to the people and act like you've been trying to find me when you've clearly had my number for 12 years? You've been texting me since your mother pulled you out of my life at the age of 10. You told the
And she did put personal text messages out that they had between each other. I don't know why people are so quick to put text messages out that they have between people so the ops can get it. Some people will get every text message and every communique that they have between a person and send it to their op. They'll send pictures and everything. Some people will do that. Totally disgusting.
people I've never been in your life. I've been in your life until the age of 10, and that's when your mother stepped up her hide and go seek agenda
Come on
because
now.
family court would never punish her. And I don't care what the people got to say. I got paperwork. She was never fined. She was never threatened with a fine. She was never incarcerated. She was never threatened with incarcerated. She was never stripped of her child. She was never threatened with being stripped of her child. Family court in Philadelphia did nothing about her violating the order. Oh,
That's why I don't like them old Philadelphia Eagles.
over and over and over and over again. And when you became 10 years old, I still remember it like it was yesterday. When you became 10 years old and you used to come to my home, I saw in your face how much you didn't want to be there. I saw in your face, and do you know why you didn't want to be there? You already told the people, baby Smurf. You said because he was strict.
Now I could see him being a strict daddy. And he said when she was coming to his house, she was 10. She would go and have to be with her dad, but he was too strict. I mean, probably couldn't do nothing with him. I probably wouldn't want mama. I don't want to go to dad now. He too mean. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing. I gotta go to bed. I can't be on my phone. You let me, mamas, how we do sometimes. But can you imagine?
You said because he was strict. Baby Smurf, I wasn't strict. All I asked you to do was take your time and do your homework. And when I checked your homework, when your homework wasn't correct, fourth grader.
And now you got a man with 4, 5, I don't know how many degrees, and he's a doctor. Can you imagine somebody like that having to go over your homework? Now you might have been a little too tough on a fourth grader because you were so smart. She was only in the fourth grade. Now I'm gonna call it like it is, Dr. Umar. And don't tell me at ease, my queen. You might have been a little too strict. She was only in the fourth grade. But her dad is a doctor and her mama is smart as heck too. I think she has a doctorate degree. And she's smart. You know, we got some smart black folks running around here. Come on now, y'all. That's enough to make you smile right there. That was a time when we wasn't even allowed to learn how to read. And this man got about he holding the belt. He got I don't know how many degrees he got. He's speaking in Sweden one week, yeah, Africa the next. I don't know. He's just everywhere.
When I checked your homework and your homework wasn't correct, fourth grader, I would make you do your homework over. I would make baby Smurf correct the errors in her homework, which is what any academically inclined parent should do. You
Academically inclined. You know, most parents aren't like. I mean, and it's good that he was like that. If she had been raised with him 100%, you know, let's say Mama Smurf and Papa Smurf, Big Papa, had gotten married and she had been raised with. I'm just going to go on record and say she would be a totally different person.
did not want to do your homework at all. You did not want to do your homework over. Your homework was sloppy. It was lazy. It was rushed through, and I could tell back.
God, now you are. I know you were a little too tough. It was sloppy and rushed through. She was only in the fourth grade, but okay, Dr. Umar. Okay, that's why you the doctor. That's why you the doctor and the great orator that you are.
Then that your mother was not an academic parent. I could tell then. I knew you was not being raised right because there's no way in hell a fourth grader produces this type of homework. There's no way in hell a fourth grader has to do a homework over and over and over again. I had to make you do your homework over because you didn't want to do homework at all. You can credit your mother for that. You can credit your mother for
I
that.
wish I could see what that homework
You
was.
can credit your mother for that. So I knew that you were going to act.
Lady, all I know is that you are fine, good looking, and attractive. Linda Moore. Well, honey, thank you. I take it you're not for Dr. Umar. Mm-hmm. I'm only 43.
It's your mother not to come back to my house. I knew it because you didn't want to do homework. We had a lot of fun. We went to the zoo. We went to the museums. I took you to New York City to the Broadway play.
Wait a minute, I thought they didn't spend no time together. He never did anything with her. See, that's why sometimes you might want to come on out here and speak up for yourself and put your stuff out there if you want to. Some people will just be like, I don't care what you think. I'm not talking about my personal, i.e., me. I don't care what you think. It is what it is. Do what you got to do. Do your worst.
Anything you wanted, I bought you. We had fun, but you didn't.
He full of it. What do you mean he full of it? How do you know he's full of it? Were you there, Mr. Leonard? But thank you for the compliment. But were you there? Were you there? He clearly spent time with his daughter. Are you telling me, do you have any children? Have you never had any issues with the baby mama? Okay. He's full of no, but he is into drama. People keep talking about him and making him be into drama. He's not he's not going live every single day with magnificent backgrounds and all kind of documents and 5 6 year old videos saying that he has saved on someone. He's not doing it. He's talking about pan-Africanism and snow bunnies and talking over in Sweden and trying to get his school open. That's what he's doing. I'm serious. Show me a video where he has gone live and literally tried to dissect someone's life and tell everyone about that person and break them down. Now, when we see him on these talk shows, breakfast clubs, and all of that, because now I'm getting all of his old videos, he's not like just dragging nobody. He's talking about things that are global, things that can help us as a people. I don't see him. Let's talk about Philly Phil today. Philly Phil had on a black shirt. She went to work at 5 o'clock. She was in her mama's closet. She didn't leave the house until. He's not doing that. He's not. He's too educated to do that. But I understand when people aren't highly educated or whatever, they may not, they may just sit around and drag people. That's what a life to live. You know, in English, when I was English Comp 1, Miss Hazel Bullock told me, what you say? He full of it, but he is into drama. Okay, I love him for that. No, you're right. I come on, see, I'm standing on that because I've been watching and I've been looking at his videos. He's not dragging nobody. He won't even call their name. Sometimes you just don't even need to call their name. But let me get back to his video. I'm rambling. Okay.
You want to do your damn homework. And with all due respect, my ancestors died so we can get an education. With all due respect, my ancestors died. I'll be damned if a child in my house think they're going to get away with not doing homework the right way. And so I knew when you went back to your mother, I might not never see you again. Because now, it was not only Mama Smurf who wanted to keep you away, Baby Smurf didn't want to come either. And I would have to.
So pretty much he said because he was the way he was parenting. And daddies, some mamas can be strict too. But he wanted her to do that homework. And kids come home, they don't be wanting to do no homework sometimes. Miss, she said he's speaking about what is going on in the Black community and what we should be going to fit in. Right. I meant doing to fix it. Okay, doing to fix it. Right. He's not going live trying to break down somebody's life every single day. I have never understood how someone can go live every day and just try to break down someone. Now, if someone has committed a horrendous crime and there's a double murder charge on you, or triple or whatever, murder for hire plot, then yes. But just an everyday person because the school didn't open on time. Oh, I think he got 3 or 4 baby mamas. How do you know when this man's sperm popped out and made a baby? What is another? Ooh, let me stop.
Tell the parents on this live that sometimes when children can't get away with what they want to get away with, they'll just tell the other parent, I don't want to go over there. Well, how many fathers know what I'm talking about? How many non-custodial mothers know what I'm talking about? How many fathers know what I'm talking about? How many non-custodial mothers know what I'm talking about when you are all about the academics and your lazy ass child is growing up in a lazy ass home where academics don't matter? And they come to your house and they got to do their homework the right way. And they so used to not doing the homework at all. So they tell the mother, I don't want to go over there no more. That's what happened. You and your mama made that decision. You were a child, so you should have had no authority in the situation. But I knew that once you told your mother I was too strict, I knew my days were numbered. See, we got through kindergarten.
And I'm not a psychiatrist or all none of that stuff, but in looking at him when he doing this video, his facial expressions, this man, I believe he's telling the truth. I believe he's telling the truth. Now, I know he's made mistakes. He's not perfect, but at this point in time, he's speaking the truth. Now, he would have been a strict dad. He was a strict father the time that he was able to be a father. But that type of a person and the things that he believed in, you should know that's how he was going to be. I mean, he has a strict way of living, I think, and being so academic and so smart. He's probably always thinking of, you need to know, you're not going to be on no good. Can you imagine him have a son and all they do is want to be a gamer and play games all day? Come on now. No son of his would be a gamer playing games all day. on the little Xboxes and things. No.
You see that? But we couldn't get through fourth grade. That was just too much. So you bailed out and your mother helped you bail out. And after 10 years of fighting your mother, first of all, I was in your life consistently until the age of 6 or 7. I was in your life consistently until about the age of 6 or 7. I was in your life consistently until about the age of 6 or 7. In fact, I had you more than your mother had you. I had you more than your mother had you. The first 5, 6 years of your life, I had you more than your mother had you. Oh,
now, he just, hey, daughter Von, how you doing? Now, he just said that for the first 5 or 6 years of Anisha, but he called her Baby Smurf, life, he had her more than the mother. That's why I say when kids want to come out here and try to act like you don't know what happened because you were a kid or either you weren't even born yet, you can't tell the life of your parent. You can't do that. It's ridiculous to even try. You cannot do it. You can't come out here and try to, she can't tell his story. She was a kid. And he had her the first, the first 5 or 6 years more than the mom, according to him. And I don't think Mama Smurf gonna ever come out here and talk.
Yes, I did. And I got all the paperwork. I had you more
Yeah,
than
we
she
hearing
did.
his side.
She was still the custodial parent on paper, but I had you more than her. I had you more than her. Okay? And when you lied and said he wouldn't drop me off, so my mom had to send the police to his house to get me. You lied and said he didn't drop me off.
I didn't hear
So
that.
my mom had to get the police to go to his house and get me. Guess what? Do you know why your mother had to bring the police to my house to come and get you? Do you want to know why your mother had to bring the police to my house?
See, this is what happens. Now that all their business got to be out here, her mama probably didn't even want this to come out. But that's what happens. Other family members are dragged into it when that one lone family member who is so, and I'm not talking about her, I'm just thinking in general, I'm not talking about the daughter. But let's just say it could be, another family member of anybody else. If it could happen to anybody that they just want to hurt a person, it's going to bring other family members into it by default that probably don't even want to be a part of it, don't want no parts of that mess, don't want to be in the chitlin circus of the social media streets. They don't want to be in this mess. And then they realize that motherfucker, he said, why is she out here bragging me in this stuff? I'm not talking about his daughter. I'm just speaking in general.
Because your mother was not at the pickup point on time. Your mother often did not show up to get you, young lady, because she didn't want to be bothered. And I didn't need her, so I simply took you back home. I didn't need her, so I simply took you back home. Let me say that one more time. Your mother did not show up to get you. And when a parent doesn't show up to get their child,
see, the mama didn't show up, but she didn't tell her that. Now he's having to bring that out. Now the mama probably saying, dang, I didn't want everybody to know that. But because of this, it's trickle down theory. Who was that? Ronald Reagan? It's trickling on down now.
the other parent takes the child back home. Your mother knew that if she did that too much, I could go to court and probably get full custody. So she brought the police, making it look like I never dropped you off. I was there. She wasn't there. Your mother did that several times, not picking you up and then bringing the police to my house, probably because she was out doing her. Probably because she was out doing her. And she didn't feel like coming to get you at the agreed upon time stated on the custody paperwork.
And we're going to take out doing her to mean, hey, having a good time, hanging with my girls, doing my thing. You know how y'all do, you young folk. Oh, that would be me too, right?
So when she decided she was ready to come get you, she would bring the police to my house and make it look like I was breaking the law. Let's tell the truth. You said you act.
And he's looking at notes. He has made him some clef notes, honey. He has him some notes. But that's what these academically challenged people do.
Ask for my youngest daughter's phone number. I don't have that. We're going to talk about the evil vegan in a minute. I don't have my youngest daughter's phone number. And if I did, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't. I'm not introducing you to my baby girl. Me and you got to get reacclimated first. And from what I've seen from you, you have no business being around my youngest daughter. You are into lifestyles I don't agree with. Your mouth.
So for the record, she says that she's, gay. People do what you want to do. And he has been against that for everyone. Now, he loves his child and he says he loves her. That doesn't change his love for her. But he's just not going to accept any part of that lifestyle. But someone said she had a boyfriend not too long ago. So I think she's probably confused and just doesn't know what she wants right now. And then all of this, because she does love her daddy, she wants to spend time with her daddy. But I think the mother really did keep her from her father. I do. Now that's my opinion.
It's filthy. Somebody sent me a video clip of you calling your younger sister, respect to the princess. Somebody sent me a video clip of you calling your 13-year-old baby sister on your mother's side a bitch.
Now, I didn't hear that, but I know she called him that. So I didn't see that video.
You called that girl a bitch just because she asked you to get off the live. She said, this ain't right. This is not how you do this. You told her to get the F-U-C-K out your room. You pushed her out your room, slammed the door, and called her a B, and yet you said you're supposed to be guiding my daughter. You're supposed to be a role model.
Well, I already talked about when she said she wanted to meet the daughter and how I felt about that. Go look at my previous videos.
So for my child, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. That is no role model at all. Calling little sisters bees, telling them to get the F out your room. You're no type of role model. You will not be around my child until you show yourself able and respectable and responsible enough to be around my child. Let's continue. You said, I'm 22. My dad has never been to any parties or graduations. I'm 22. My dad has never been to any parties or graduations. He has never been in my life. Excuse me? He has never been in my life. Excuse me? I've been in your life until the age of 10, when you got tired of doing homework and told your mother not to send you.
Which that's a good thing because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power.
And when I went to your school to pick you up and you wasn't there twice in a row, when I went to your school to pick you up and you wasn't there twice in a row, that was it for me. That was it for me. Family court, in 10 years, family court failed to issue any type of sanctions against your mother for constantly and repeatedly violating the family court order. 10 years I fought. I got nothing. So at that point, I said, this is a waste of your time. What is the definition of ignorance? Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. For 10 years, I did the same thing over and over again, expecting to get a different result. I did the same thing over and over again for 10 years, expecting to get a different result, and I didn't. And at the age of 10, that's when I decided nothing more is going to come out of this. You have fought this with lawyers and without lawyers. You have fought this with attorneys and without attorneys, and I got nowhere. And that's when I said, I hope that maybe one day her mother would either come to her senses and we work this out, or I'll see her when she grows up. I did my part. Your mother is the reason I wasn't in your life after the age of 10. And clearly, you needed me. I think everybody who has watched you make a fool of yourself on the internet, I think everybody knows that you clearly needed your father. You're not in school.
I wouldn't say that she made a fool out of herself. I would just say that she was reacting in the only way that she knew how.
You're not in trade school. You're not in real estate school. You're not in college. You're not doing anything with yourself right now. You're about to be 23 in a couple weeks. At 23, I was beginning my first master's program at Millersville University.
Now everybody not as smart as you. And doesn't mean just because her dad and mama got all these degrees, she's gonna have to have them. But she don't need to be on the Instagram and all that stuff, putting all her business out there. I totally agree with that. You don't need to be out here bashing your family, bashing your daddy or your mama, or you don't need to do that. That's with anybody. Anybody. Double tap the screen, y'all. Like the video. It's not that many of y'all in here. And if you come in and catch the replay, do the same, please. Thank you.
Having already earned 2 bachelor's degrees. At 23, I was beginning my first master's program at Millersville University, having already earned 2 bachelor's degrees. That's what I was doing at 23. That's what I was doing at 23. I met your mother shortly thereafter. In fact, she was the age you're about to be when we started dating, 23. Your mother was the...
How he capping? Hey, Joseph. How is Dr. Umar capping? How he capping? You saying he don't have his degrees? Anybody can call the college and verify that he names out. If people want, because, and I believe there are people that are petty enough that they will call the universities that he says he graduated from and see if he actually have a degree. There's people on that have no life. They will call and find out. I'm gonna call and see if he really has a degree. People will do that. Like I say, I don't see this man coming on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok trying to dissect someone's life and break down another grown man or another grown woman's life piece by piece. I don't see him doing that. Now, does he come out and try to chin check somebody every now and again, or talk about his beliefs? Just because he believes, he believes what he believes. But I don't see him getting on here every day and having a grand production, just talking about one single person all day long, breaking down their life. I think I have always thought that is just the most weirdest shiggity for somebody to literally try to break down a person. I mean, I can see if you giving genuine commentary, if there's something going on, but ongoing situation. But just to watch every move they make and to try and dissect it and break them down and make them look, I think you're freaking crazier than a mofo. That's what I'm gonna put it out there. I think you're crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think you crazy, and you need to get a life.
The age you are about to be. But let me take that back. She was 21. I was 23. She was 23 when you were conceived. But you are around the age your mother was when she started her shenanigans. You are around the age your mother was when she started her shenanigans. I'm disappointed in her and I'm disappointed in you. But I want to say this to you because I love you as a father. You are my baby and I love you. Don't you ever forget that.
And I believe
Don't you ever forget that your father loves you. Your birthday coming up next month. And I'm considering this being April. Next month is next month, May. Your birthday is next month. I want to take you out to dinner. Let's go to dinner for your birthday. And I don't want to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about your mom, and I don't want to talk about the past. I just want to have a civilized dinner with...
Come what? Finally, someone who's for Dr. Umar. They are few and far. Man, my goodness. Yes. So her birthday is coming up in May. He's offering to take her out to dinner for her birthday, and he doesn't want to talk about any of this mess. None of this should have ever been brought to you. No one should have known about their personal business. And I already said it. And I don't mean to be, I'm not being mean about it. She just shouldn't have never come out here on YouTube and put their business out here. She should have just kept calling him or texting him. And if he didn't answer, I'd have just said F it. But she should have never come out here because he has ops. His own daddy went to his ops. You know it's a cold thing when your family member go to your house. It's a low down dirty thing when your family member rock with your house. Make you want to choke somebody. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter, because we haven't had dinner since you sat at my kitchen table at the age of 10. 12 years, you have not had dinner with me in 12 years.
No, it's not his fault.
Let's have a daddy.
It's not his fault. He did. I mean, I'm serious. I know the man isn't perfect, but you cannot tell me people with good sense and not just being biased because you don't like Dr. Umar for whatever reason. I mean, you don't like him so much. People don't like this man and hate him so much. Even him opening up a school to help people, that's a bad thing. It's a delayed opening. I can't even imagine how much money it would cost to do that. Everything's got to be right. All kind of inspections, everything. Light, gas, everything's got to be right. Then you got to have people to come in, the professionals, to actually teach. So no, it didn't happen. It's a work in progress. But never give up on your dreams, Dr. Umar. Your school will open. We're going to claim that. And I'll be glad when it opens.
Daughter dinner for your 23rd birthday. Let's have a daddy-daughter dinner for your 23rd birthday. Let's have a daddy-daughter dinner for your 23rd birthday. Now, your mother might not want you going to dinner with you. Your mama might not want you going to dinner. She might not. So if you have to sneak and do it, we can sneak and do it. What she don't know can't hurt. It's a shame that a man she willingly got pregnant by can't take his daughter to dinner. It's a shame that a man she intentionally got pregnant by can't take his daughter to dinner. But be it as it may.
Kenyatta says, I don't think it's his fault. I didn't have my dad. Oh, well, I turned out great and guess my mom would have choked me if I ever disrespected him. And I think she probably caught her mom off guard. King Shaw. Dr. Umar needs to refund all of his donations, all of his donators, their money back for not building that school. But there is a school. It's just not completed. They're still working on it. It's been a delayed opening. He has used the money to get as far as he has. He needs more money. Can you send him a donation? I'm going to send $100. I don't know how much that'll do, but I'm going to donate because I can.
If we need to keep it confidential, we can keep it confidential. I do not live my personal life on social media. I'm only doing this because you took it there. I'm only doing this because
he doesn't live his personal life on social media. He is business on here. He is talking about his social conscious things. He is talking about snow bunnies. He is talking about Black queens forever. He is talking about building schools. He's not on here talking about who he slept with, how many baby mamas he had, when the last time he saw it. He didn't bring that out here. So don't try and use that against him for the good things that he's doing. My thing is, because him and his baby mamas didn't get married, you want to discredit the good work that he's doing. To me, I say that's ignorance. I think that's ignorance.
You took it there. I'm only doing this because you took it there. First of all, graduations. If I'm not mistaken, I was at your kindergarten graduation. I was there. I was at your kindergarten graduation. I gave you your first birthday party. I still have the DVD, not the DVD. I got the VCR tape. I can get it switched up.
Now, see, if he was petty, he would put that out on the social media. But Dr. Umar, whatever you do not put that birthday party out here. The people don't need to see that. But see, somebody else, if they had it, they would put that out there. They would expose little kids, grandkids. They don't care who they hurt. People would drag little children out here and parade them around, all to prove a point. I think you're just woosah. Please don't do that, Dr. Umar, and I don't think he will. But he gave her first birthday party. That's what I say. She was too young. She could not remember. She doesn't know everything that happened. It was between the adults. And And she was just emotional, but you don't know what happened. You don't know the things. I'm telling you something. Just as women can be just as look, women can do some things when they want to. And they will keep them kids from men if they want to. Yeah, you see, he didn't stay in Ghana for long. He wasn't getting no money over there from them Ghana folks. Now, see, why is it about money? He went over there to speak and do a good deed. At least he got money to travel to Ghana. I wouldn't be able to get to Ghana. First of all, I'm not going to fly. And then it costs a lot of money to do that. So evidently he has some money. And he's going around, people want him to speak. He get up and say a few words, Black Queens forever, and they go crazy. They lose their mind. Some people just gifted like that. Some people just born with that. And he's one of them. They don't come around that often. And when you do, and unfortunately, when people come around and that are like that, you're gonna have people that are hate against them because they don't have it and they don't know what to do to get it. They're just, and I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying there are people that just are haters. There are people that are, there are women that hate on, there are black women that hate on black women, and there are black men that hate on black men. And they don't know, if you could just all come together, how much powerful people would be. We as a people would be, because I'm unapologetically black, and I'm glad my skin is a dark, silky chocolate that it is, okay?
Over the DVD for you. I still have the tape of your first birthday party. I still have the cakes. I kept your face. I still got the bowls. I kept a lot of memorabilia from you, because since I couldn't have you in my life, I needed to keep something of you close to me. I still have it all. If I'm not mistaken, I used to bring the cake and ice cream to the preschool and to the daycare. I was around, baby Smurf. What do you mean I've never been there? And if you know I wasn't at your middle school graduation because you didn't send me an invitation. You know
What to be now? She was middle school. That would be the mama. I mean, the mom should do that. It's middle school. She's a kid. The mama didn't invite him. The mama didn't invite him. She might have had another man and had that man there. She does have a stepdaddy that's been in her life. That other man was there. So she didn't want this man there. Unlike, well, I'm not gonna get into that just yet. Ninth intellect. Her mom poisoned her mind, and her daughter doesn't want to listen. Yes, ma'am. Hi, ninth, exactly. Okay, I'm telling you, Mama Smurf did that, and Mama Smurf should have invited him to the middle school graduation, not the child. But Mama Smurf had another man because Big Papa didn't marry her. Big Papa, King Consciousness.
Oh, I wasn't at your high school graduation. You didn't send me an invitation. But why are you acting like you don't know why I wasn't there? Neither you nor your mother sent me an invitation to anything, and you had my number because you were texting me. You were not thinking about me.
Come on, somebody.
Why did you crash out in high school? I would have loved you to do this in high school, because if you would have done this in high school, I would have said, great. When is the next parent teacher conference? I would have said, great. When is the next back to school conference? I would have said, great. When's the graduation? When's the prom? I'm paying for everything. Why didn't you crash out in high school? You know why you didn't crash out in high school? If you say something stupid, I'm going to block you. Nobody gave up, and nobody is lacking accountability. If you say something stupid,
He's reading comments. He did this live on Instagram, and somebody was putting comments. To his daughter, if you say something stupid, he's not doing that, because he actually, I believe him. He will have a relationship with his daughter. He's better than some people that I know. He's even better than me. If family crosses him, he's willing to forgive. Some of us be like, I'll holler in the next life, okay?
I'm going to block you. Nobody gave up. Nobody is lacking accountability. Say something stupid, I'm going to block you. So, With that,
King Shaw says, my daughter's mother was a biatch and didn't let me see my daughter. I took her to court for visitation rights, and it costs under $25 to file a motion for visitation and $40 for the sheriff's fee. So maybe you're trying to say that he could have did that. And sometimes people will have the documents and the paperwork and all of that, and the women still won't let them sit. I'm gonna tell you, women, we have power when it comes to the children, especially when we're the main parent. We do. And I didn't have a lawyer. The judge granted me visitation. You, King Shaw, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I don't know, but he said he was in her life for several years. But I'm saying he was dealing with some and his women, because he's gonna talk about the lawyer. They had some lawyers. One of them had a black female lawyer, and she was probably going real hard. They had attorneys. Okay, they had attorneys. They wasn't playing. He didn't marry them, and they was pissed. How you gonna go out and be with other women? It is what it is. But he said he should not have impregnated them, but it happened.
that being said, I was at parties and I was at a graduation. You can't go where you don't know to be. So to say I wasn't at your graduations when you know your mother is the reason and you didn't bother to send me the invitation, you had my phone number. Why you didn't invite me to your graduation? We already know the answer. Your mother didn't want me there. Stop lying. That whole rant of yours was filled with lies. Let me continue. I'm not making this video to bash him, but to state facts. You stated lies. You didn't state any facts. And then you called me out my name multiple times. You called me out of my name.
I'm a witness to that. When she said it, the moment she said it, I was like, that's a no-no. You don't come on social media. I don't care how old or young a parent is, a child or whatever. You don't come on. What if I had a child that came out here and called me a bitch? What if I had a child, a son or a daughter that came on social media and called me a bitch? What if a family member, came out here and called me a bitch? Oh my goodness. They would be so dead to me. I was just like, oh, thank you. You're dead to me now. But he better than me. He willing to forgive. I'm not.
With curse words multiple times. Little girl. Little girl. Please know when we meet up, don't you try to talk to me the way you talk to me on social media. You will be disappointed. Please get a hold of yourself. I don't know what you and your mom got going on over there, but I'm telling you right now, you will not disrespect me. I've never called my mother or father out of their name in my whole life. I've never called.
Neither have I. Who goes around calling their parent a... And I'm just talking in general. In general. Because there's a whole lot of children that do that. But I've never done that. I just wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I just wouldn't be able to fix my voice to call my mama a... I can't even say it. I can't even just pretend to say it. It's so disgusting and horrific.
My mother or father out of their name. You got one time to call me out of my name to my face. I promise you, you won't do it again. I promise you, you won't do it again. You can do it on the internet all you want. It will not be accepted face to face. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it right there. Then you said you reached out to me. You reached out to me from an email. I asked you to text me from a number. You text me from two different numbers. So I knew you were playing on my phone. Either you or somebody else. So I stopped texting you. I'm not a child. You don't play games with me. You don't keep texting me from different numbers. I don't play them games. And because I didn't play your game, in less than 48 hours, you went to the internet. Because I didn't play your game, in less than 48 hours, you went to the internet. You was going to the internet anyway. You just needed an excuse. You were going to the internet anyway, but you needed a story to make it look like you wasn't an opportunist. You didn't want
had to create something. Well, I see that this is going on, and I just want you to do this, and I want you to do that. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Oh.
people to think you were shopping for clout. I want to meet my sister. You didn't want to meet her in high school. You didn't want to meet her on your 18th birthday. You didn't want to meet her when you was 21, but you just woke up a couple of weeks ago. You just woke up and said, I want to meet my other sister. While you call your sister Bees. Call that little girl a B-I-T-C-H. You going to be a role model for who now? You going to be a role model for who now? And then she says, I don't want anything out of you, just a conversation. We could have had a conversation for 12 years. I invited you to a conversation every time we text or spoke. I invited you to meet and you never followed through. How dare you lie on me like that? I just want a conversation. Why we didn't have the conversation when you texted me and said you was at Philadelphia radio, Word 900 AM, said, Dad, I was at the radio station today. You remember that? About a year or two ago, you said, Dad, I was at the radio station. I said, when can I see you? When can I see you? And like always, you ghost and you just want a conversation. You are a liar. You did not want a conversation. You could have been had a conversation. Stop lying. And then she said, you should never be too busy for your daughter. When have I ever been too busy for you? When have I ever been too busy for you? You should never be too busy for your daughter. When have I ever been too busy for you? And that takes me to the evil vegan. Because the evil vegan put a post up a couple years ago. Baby mama number 2, the evil vegan put a post
couple
up.
Years?
And we're going to get to her in a minute. And she said, he doesn't see his...
We're gonna review the evil baby mama number 2 on another video. But he's gonna talk about her just a little bit.
Daughter, and I'm paraphrasing, but she said, because somebody sent it to me. It was on her Facebook, I think. And she said, he doesn't see his daughter because he's too busy running around the world saving Black people, something like that. And then she said, he has failed to keep his appointments with his daughter. Baby mom number 2, evil vegan. When did I ever have an appointment with my daughter?
When,
Baby
vegan?
mom number 2, evil vegan. When did I ever have an appointment with my daughter?
When, vegan?
When did I ever have an appointment with my daughter? So you've been lying just like Mama Smurf. Both of y'all been lying to the world, telling them I don't want to be bothered because you don't want to tell the truth. He didn't marry me, so I didn't want him around. You will be with both of us, or you will be with neither one of us. That's what Mama Smurf told me. Mama Smurf said, you will be with both of us, or you will be with neither one of us. And then Baby Smurf says, my mama didn't want to marry you. Tell your mom to swear on the Bible. Baby Smurf.
Now, see, the daughter say, my mom didn't want to marry you. Child, you weren't even born. You don't know. Yes, if you were born, you would. Your mama wanted to marry Big Papa. Trust me. Trust me. She wanted to marry King Kong. Okay?
Go get the Bible. Go get your Bible. And tell your mother to put her hand on that Bible. Tell your mother to put her hand on that Bible. And tell her to swear that she never told your father you will be with both of us or neither one of us. Tell her to take it to the Bible. Your mother is a Christian. Tell her to swear on the Bible that she didn't tell me you will be with both of us.
Hi, Jola. How are you? Welcome. We're just reviewing Dr. Umar's clap back to people that's been lying on him, saying that he's a deadbeat daddy, that he didn't take care of his children, that he abandoned him, and that's not true. He paid child support. He's still paying child support, and the women kept him from his children. Carry on.
Us, or neither one of us. And then you said, when I get married, will you walk me down the aisle? When I get married, will you walk me down the aisle? When I get married, will you walk me down the aisle? Baby Smurf.
Now, she asked ask him to walk her down the aisle if and when she gets married. So if she's asking her dad because he says he's her dad and she claims him as a father, they claim each other. They claim each other. There's still hope for them. She just got to get out this social media chitlin circuit. She's asking him if, will he walk her down the aisle? So he's still her. If she asks him and he wants to walk her down the aisle, nobody should have a problem with it. Nobody should be saying anything about that or trying to chin check him about that. She is the one who said, "Will you walk me down the aisle?" But let's listen to his response because this is where my brother disagrees with him.
If you are marrying a man that I approve of, I will walk you down the aisle if you would like. If you marry a man, I understand that you have been drafted into the Rainbow Army. I don't agree with that at all, but I love you as my child. It will not affect our relationship, but do not ever ask me to co-sign or support something that I am vehemently against. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman. Let me say that one more time. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman, nor will your wife be allowed in my house. You will be allowed in my house. Your wife will not, because I do not support that lifestyle. I love all African people. I love you as my child. I love all African people. I love you as my child, but I will not co-sign that. Mama Smurf, I can't believe you let our daughter get caught up in that nonsense. Mama Smurf, I cannot believe you allowed our daughter to get caught up in this nonsense. You should have gave me my baby. I'm talking to Mama Smurf. When you knew you ran out of energy raising our child, when you knew you didn't want to raise her anymore because I wasn't going to marry you, you should have gave her to.
Now, to be fair, I mean, even if she was with him, that doesn't mean that she wouldn't still. I mean, look at Dwayne Wade. He had a whole son who totally turned into a.
Me. You know why you didn't give her to me? You know why you didn't give baby Smurf to her father? You didn't give baby Smurf to her father because your hatred for me was greater than your love for your daughter. Your hatred for me was greater than your love for your daughter. You should have given me my baby once you realized you no longer wanted to raise her. But your hate for me was greater than your love for our child. And that is why we are where we are. Young black men, please learn from our mistakes. Young black men, please learn from our mistakes. There are women out here who will get pregnant by you on purpose, thinking they're going to become the wife. And when they don't, they will ostracize you from your child. It happened to me twice. And we're going to talk about the second one in depth in a minute. It happened to me twice. Both of my daughter's mothers wanted to be married. And when I would not do it automatically, shotgun style. Shotgun. They wanted a shotgun marriage. And when I did not do it, they ostracized me from my child. Brothers, wrap up the.
I believe it. Rack up the Shango. Do y'all know what a Shango stick is? Shango sticks come in many shapes, sizes, forms, and colors. Well, I think a Shango stick is only one. Let me stop.
Shango stick. No more my race. I apologize to elders. I apologize to my supporters. But I want to be clear.
No, he didn't want to get married.
No man should be blamed alone for a broken home. Because women do as much breaking of homes as men do. Can I get an ashe from my unapologetically African anti-snow bunny brothers? Women break up homes as much as men do. I'm going to say it again.
Is he saying that married women cheat? Well, I've seen a few. I've seen a few married women cheat. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I've often said women cheat better than men.
Women break up homes as much as men do. Let me say it again. Women break up homes as much as men do. I didn't say they got pregnant by themselves, did I? Didn't say they got pregnant by themselves. That's why you just got blocked. Nobody said anything about them getting pregnant alone.
So somebody put in his chat that the women didn't get pregnant by themselves. He already said that he's sorry. He told black men don't make his mistakes. We all know, since he says that, we all know that there's only one way a woman can get pregnant. A man with a Fatru Shango stick, not a strap on, not a fake one, and a woman. That's the only way you can get pregnant. And I dare anybody to test me on that.
And guess what? I wanted my children. I was happy when Mama Smurf told me she was pregnant. I was happy when Mama Smurf told me she was pregnant. Mama Smurf, you remember when you came to my apartment? It was the end of my school psychologist internship with the School District of Philadelphia, 2001. It was the end of my school psychologist internship with the School District of Philadelphia, 2001. Mama Smurf said, I gotta come talk to you. Mama Smurf came to my house. I said, what's up, Mama Smurf? She said, I'm pregnant. I said, what do you want to do? She said, I'm open. I can keep it. I cannot keep it. I'm kind of open. I said, listen.
Some people keep it. Some people have abortions, or AKA lay on the slab, and some people put up for adoption. You know what? I'm just going to keep, I don't know what to say, because
I'm ready to have a child if you're ready to have a child. I said, I'm ready to have a child if you're ready to have a child. This is what I told Mama Smurf in my house. I'm ready to have a child if you're ready to have a child. But I said this to Mama Smurf.
My granddaddy used to say used to tell us girls the doctor would give the baby to you, so be wise and wait, okay? Jala said because he did not want to get married, right? And if somebody don't want to get married, why do you want to marry them? If they don't want to get married, it's just gonna cheat on you and end up in a divorce. But both men and women, because both men and women cheat. Make no mistake about it.
I said, but I want to say this to you. This baby doesn't automatically make us a family, but I would love to explore that with you. This baby doesn't automatically make us a family, but I want to explore that with you. And I also want to say this. I only want to have this child if you are not going to use it as a weapon against me. If you are going to take me to child support, if you are going to keep my children away from me, I don't want the child. I told her. I looked her in her face. If you are going to run around and play games with my baby, if you are going to put me in child support, if you are going to keep me from my child, I don't want the child. But if you are going to be an adult and we can co-parent, let's do this. And she said, as long as you take care of your baby, I will never take you to child support. She lied to my face.
And I believe that conversation probably happened. It may not have happened in those exact words. Well, I don't know. That's what he said. I believe that happened. But women get mad. Things change. Men do things. And it just doesn't always end up the way you thought it would be when the Shango stick comes around.
You lied to my face, Mama Smurf. You remember that first conversation? You said, as long as you take care of your child, I will not take you to child support. I will not keep you from your baby. And that's exactly what the hell.
Mama Smurf, why you lie? You got Dr. Umar on here cursing. He's saying, hell, I ain't never heard him curse in a video. Mama Smurf.
You did. You lied to my face. You knew the whole time you was not going to let me be in my daughter's life. You knew the whole time you was going to take me to child support. She looked me in my face and said, as long as you take care of your baby.
She meant as long as you kept the Shango stick coming, it wasn't going to be no problems. Oh, but when the Shango stick got low.
I will not take you to child support. I will not keep you from your child.
Woo!
And she did both.
Lied through her teeth.
And she did both.
She did that. Lying.
I'm going to tell you like this. And I don't care who don't like it because I'm not here for y'all.
Come
I'm not
on.
here for y'all. I'm here to clear the air for my supporters because I think the people who have stood by me these 10 years have a right to know the truth. That's the only reason why I'm going live. I could give a damn about a struggle streamer. I couldn't care less
Hey,
about a
for
struggle
life.
streamer. I was not a doctor. I wasn't a doctor when either child was conceived, but I was a certified school psychologist. I was not a doctor when either child was conceived, but I was a certified school psychologist.
So he didn't have his fame when the kids were conceived.
I was not a doctor when either child was conceived, but I was a certified school psychologist. I am wrong for impregnating the mothers of my children, not being married to them.
He's taking accountability
for impregnating the mothers of my daughters without being married. I am not wrong for not marrying them. I do not regret at all, and I don't care who don't like it. I do not regret at all not marrying those two women. Absolutely no regret. They did not deserve it with what they did to me. And
I guarantee that didn't happen. They made men will flip the entire story around. You know, I already said that the conversation may not have been that exact way, but I truly do believe that the women did keep those girls away from him. I just do. Now, you can't. He's Dr. Umar, you know, and he's fat. But there's just basic. When I say basic, I mean that's just regular Joe men walking around here saying, "I ain't finna get married." No, he's not the first man that don't want to get married because he had a baby. I mean, but not all men end up with having their stuff brought to the chitlin circuit of the social media streets by family members. Some men don't have that done to them, but because of who he is, he has people watching his every move, dissecting anything he do. If he say he's going to speak at a certain place, people will try to get the people to not let him speak. That's a hell of a life to live. And he keeps on fighting every day. He hasn't turned his back on the things he believes in or stopped wanting to do the works or to open up his school, even though there's so many people coming against him, which are simply haters. Haters. Go build your own damn school. Go speak somewhere your own self. Oh, nobody don't want you to speak. I get it.
I ostracize my children from their daughters. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. So, baby Smurf, if you are marrying a man, I will walk you down the aisle. If you are not, I won't. And then you said, my name is not on your birth certificate because when she had me, he left. Another
I remember her saying that. Now let's listen to what Dr. Umar has to say.
lie. Another lie. His name is not on my birth certificate because when she had me, he left. First of all, I don't know what birth certificate you looking at, but the ones I
Please don't say birth certificate. Please don't put nobody's birth certificate out here. That is personal, confidential information. Do not put birth certificates on the chitlin circuit of the social media streets. But nobody would ever put a birth certificate out for everybody to see, would they? I don't think so. Oh, maybe they would.
had my name on it. I don't know what birth certificate you looking at, little girl, but the ones I have my name on it. I don't know what birth certificate you looking at, baby Smurf, but my birth certificates that I have of you have my name on it. So I don't know what your mother talking about. My birth.
But Pacific Stars, he was called a bitch multiple times. A man told me, my man, no man ever wants to be called a bitch. Even if you a part of the I need my brother here for this. No man wants to be called a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So he's not no, he was calling he come out here and spill family business. He didn't do it. You don't blame him. He didn't do it. He didn't bring this to the public and to the ops and his enemies. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. We would not have known anything about this.
Certificate have my name on it. Now, let me tell you what happened. And I've already told this story in Sweden, but I'll tell you again. Your mother called me to the hospital late at night. She said, you got to sign the birth certificate, paperwork. I go to the hospital. She has the papers folded back. She didn't want me to read nothing. She just told me to sign right here. Your mother thought I was dumb enough to sign the paperwork without looking at it.
Now, who would think that this man who has several degrees already by that time would just sign paperwork? And then have, because trust me, she's been watching him. She says she's been watching him. She knows who likes him and who doesn't. She knows who likes him and who doesn't. She knows who likes him and who doesn't. So okay, I'm not going to make it about her.
Look back on the paperwork, I saw that she did not have my last name. So I told your mother, I'm tired of this. I'm going to get my blood test and I'm leaving. And that's what I did. I walked out the hospital. I got my blood test and she threw me into child support and you was barely 3 months old. Now, I still went to every doctor's appointment. I was still there. I was never not there for you or your mother. I was never not there. I went to every appointment, prenatal and postnatal, until she started the hide and go seek games. And when your mother went to court with those fake abuse pictures, when your mother went to court after that man bust her windows out and threatened your life, after that man bust your mama car windows and threatened her life, and her and your grandma concocted a fake story.
See, this is the stuff that baby Smurf, Mama Smurf didn't want out here. But see, once it starts coming out, other family members, all your business are going to be put out here. And then that's when people are going to get mad and start saying, you need to shut up. Why you out? Because they don't want their business out here. Not everybody wants their business out here. I have never come out here and did a story time. I am one person that totally disagrees with somebody coming out here saying, let's have story time. I'm going to tell you about, but you do you. I would never do it. I would never do it. It ain't your damn business.
With fake makeup pictures and took that and destroyed, completely ruined. I
was on mute. I said that he totally disagrees with coming out here putting personal business out in the street. And what happens when one person comes out here and starts telling their business, that's when other people are drawn into it. And they don't want their business out here. They don't want their personal business out here. But that's what happens when you have family members that run astray or just come up out of nowhere and want to tell all your business. I said, I have never, ever been one to believe in story time. You would never catch me going on a live saying, let's have story time. I'm going to tell you about my life. It's none of your damn business. And if you want to know it, it's because somebody has pieced some shit together that they don't even know and want to come out here and try to tell somebody's business. When you have a child who wasn't even born before the parents met it, no, they can't tell their life story. You can't do it. Baby Smurf, so the Baby Smurf watches every live he does and she reacts to it. There's proof. Yeah, she's stalking him. I already said that. I already said she watches everything that he does. She watched everything he does before she came out here. She knew who liked him. She knew who didn't. She knew who his ops was. She knew who his ops were not. Let's say he had someone that he was real cool with, and they fell out. He was real cool with this person, Dr. Umar. You know, they were real cool. Somebody he interviewed with all the time. You know, and then they fell out, like the Breakfast Club or Joe Budden or somebody. They fell out. He no longer talks to them. They've been talking about each other back and forth. She's been watching this. So all of a sudden she wants to come out and tell her story about he's her dad, but she goes to Joe Budden or either the Breakfast Club because they are now ops of the day. Why would you go to someone that's not his op? Why would you go to people that you know he doesn't like anymore and they don't like him? Why would you do that? It's really fucked up.
Start moving with caution, but I did not quit. I had to start moving with caution, but I did not quit. I had to start moving with caution, but I did not quit. I wasn't on the birth certificate because your mother didn't give you my last name and she tried to play games with the paperwork at the hospital. Tell her to tell you the whole story. Tell her to tell you the whole story. Tell her to tell you the whole story. And let me tell you something about your grandpa. Because you told the people that your Grandpa Johnson, my biological father. Grandpa Johnson, my biological father. Grandpa Johnson, my biological father. You said he reached out to you.
Huh.
I don't know why Grandpa Johnson reached out to you, because Grandpa Johnson knows I don't like him being in contact with you without my permission.
Speak, Dr. Umar. Because, see, I just recently found out today that Grandpa Johnson been hanging with the ops of his own son. Who does that? That's like a child of mine hanging with my ops. Whew, help me, somebody. Help me.
Grandpa Johnson had no business reaching out to you because Grandpa Johnson knows I don't mess with him and I don't want him in contact with my children. But let me tell you what your mother and Grandpa Johnson did behind my back when you was a toddler. You ready for this one, baby Smurf? Ask your mama about this. I want you to ask your mama about this. One day I'm coming home from work and my brother is there. And my father's youngest son says to me, his oldest son. My father's youngest son says to me, his oldest son, he said, Abu was over your baby mama house. And we was raised Muslim. So in Islam, Abu means daddy, right?
Abu is daddy in Islam. His daddy, Grandpa Johnson, who hangs with the ops and interviews with the ops about his own child, Abu went to his baby mama house, baby mama Smurf, the first child. I'm trying to keep up. What y'all saying? She probably had a reason at the time. The behavior would come back. I wouldn't do it to anyone. We are humans and we all go through things. You know, anytime, like there's so many times. Family is your worst enemy. Unfortunately, family just be jealous of other family members. I mean, poor people have it, and when I say poor, I'm just gonna say middle class. I mean, look at Toya Johnson, Toya Wayne's, Regina Carter, Toya, and all her brother. Everybody has it. I mean, it is what it is.
In Islam, Abu means daddy. So he says, Abu was over your baby mama house.
Why?
I said, what? Abu was over your baby mama house. How in the hell can Abu, Grandpa Johnson, be in my baby mama house? He don't know my baby mama. I never told him my baby mama name. He don't know where my baby mama lives.
Oh, he been watching you.
Yeah. So how in the hell did Grandpa Johnson end up at baby mama house? Guess what happened, brothers and sisters?
What?
Guess what happened? My father's brother, my biological uncle, dated Mama Smurf's auntie. I'm going to say it again. Stay with me. I did not know this. My father's brother, my biological uncle, dated my baby mom's auntie. Nobody told me. Let me say it one more time.
Say it again.
My father's brother dated my baby mom's auntie, Auntie Smurf. Auntie Smurf. I never met Auntie Smurf. I don't know Auntie Smurf. Much respect to Auntie Smurf. So, Grandpa Johnson connects with Uncle Johnson And Grandpa Johnson and Uncle Johnson gets in touch with Auntie Smurf. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me.
I'm trying.
Stay with me.
I'm trying.
Grandpa Johnson goes behind his son's back. Grandpa Johnson goes behind his son's back.
Just the fact that the daddy went behind the son's back to get with the ops, pretty much, is enough for me. Grandpa Johnson
gets with his brother, Uncle Johnson. They go and find Auntie Smurf. And Auntie Smurf connects them to Grandma Smurf. And so Grandpa Johnson, Uncle Johnson, Auntie Smurf, Grandma Smurf get with Mama Smurf. And they arrange for my father behind my back. This is how scandalous your mother is.
Woo!
This is how scandalous your mother is. This is how scandalous your mother is.
Yes.
Grandpa Johnson and Uncle Johnson gets with Auntie Smurf.
Grandpa Johnson might have been hitting Grandma Smurf, allegedly.
They get Grandma Smurf, and they arrange with Mama Smurf to see Dr. Umar's baby behind my back without me not being allowed to see my own child.
Now the grandpa gonna go see the child, but the daddy can't even. You know it's a cold, dirty world. You know it's a dirty world. You can't trust no one and suspect everyone. Welcome to my channel, Eat with Philly Phil Talk Show and more. If you don't like this video, I have other videos. I cook, I travel, I vlog. Find one you like. Please subscribe to the channel. But trust no one and suspect everyone. And I mean that.
Let me ask all black fathers a question. If you are a black father, can I ask you a question? If you are a black father, I'm asking black men a question. And if anybody want to text me, you know my number, 215-989-9858.
Oh, let me text him.
215-989-9858.
I'm going to text him.
215-989-9858. I got a question for black fathers. If you are a father, would you go behind your son's back knowing he can't see his child? Would you go behind your son's back knowing he can't see his child? Would you go behind your son's back knowing he can't see his child? Get with your brother.
Unless he was going to get the child unless he's going to get the child and bring the child to you. No. Grandpa Abu Johnson was wrong. Abu, whatever.
Get with the grandma, get with the baby mom, and go spend time with your grandchild against the wishes of your son without your son's knowledge when he can't even see his own baby. Is there any father who would do that?
I hate when family backstab and get behind your back and go talk to people they know you don't deal with. I hate when family do that. That's one thing that I'll never forgive. If it ever happened to me, I would never forgive. I would never forgive. And there ain't nothing nobody could ever say to make me forgive.
Where the black men at in the chat? Where the black men at in the chat? I'm talking to the black men in the chat. Where y'all at? Brothers, where y'all at? Are there any black men who will go behind their son's back, get with the baby mom, spend time with the grandchild without the son's knowledge, without the son's permission, and doesn't even advocate for his son to see his child? And doesn't even advocate for the son to see his child. And
that's what I'm saying. I thought, well, if he could have got the child and then been like sneak him or get his son to see, but he didn't even advocate. Abu, you dirty. You wrong. You wrong. And you interview with his ops. How you do that to your own child? How you gonna interview with the ops? He didn't go interview with nobody that was against you. You drew first blood. So anything that happens after that, he's just defending himself. You came out here and got with his ops. After you, years ago, got with Auntie Smurf, you and Uncle Johnson.
he doesn't even advocate for the son to see his child. The elders got together. Isn't that the African way? I guess it is. I guess it is. Without your son's permission, that's not the African way. Without your son's blessing, that's not the African way. Your son can't see his child, but you over there. Your son can't see his child, but you over there. Your son can't see his child, but you over there. And then my brother tells me,
that show is some freaky stuff. I think, well, never mind.
He got pictures with my daughter in his living room. What the, what? What?
So Abu was taking pictures with baby Smurf and had him in his living room when Big Papa King Consciousness wasn't even allowed to see his own child. Mama Smurf, Mama Smurf. I know you's an educated sister. You're probably a little bougie. See, these two baby mamas are a little bougie. They probably some AKA. Let me stop. I'm just playing.
My brother told me Grandpa Johnson got pictures. He said he got pictures with your daughter in his house. How in the hell did Grandpa Johnson get pictures with my daughter and I can't even see my own daughter? Can I ask baby mamas, if you are a mother or a grandmother, can I ask you a question?
Ask me, honey.
And I have no disrespect towards Grandma Smurf. She's an elder. She did me wrong, but she's an elder. Much respect to you, Grandma Smurf. I don't hold no animosity for no relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncle, cousins. I don't hold.
He better than me because I'm holding all kind of animosity if you flipped on me.
I hold y'all harmless. Y'all did me dirty, but I hold y'all harmless.
I'm holding you accountable.
Mothers and grandmothers. If you are a mother or grandmother, would you invite your grandchild's grandfather to your house if you know he don't have a good relationship with his son to be with his child behind his back? I'm talking.
No, you need to stay out of it. Go mind your own business. Don't you have your own family? You probably got problems of your own that you don't want nobody to put out here. That's what, see, they got problems of their own. These family members be having all kind of issues they need to deal with their children and stuff, but worrying about somebody else's business. So no, Dr. Umar, I would never she grown Pacific women, such a small, cold, dirty world. She grown. I just don't care about people's business. I try to uplift. Yes, she is grown now. You're right. They're true there, especially when the court system backed her and not him, even when he had paperwork. I agree. He had his white man paperwork.
The mothers and grandmothers. Would you invite your grandbaby's grandfather over your house to spend time with your grandbaby when you know him and his father don't get along and he don't want his father around his child? And the baby daddy can't even.
Now you might ask, why doesn't he want his father around his child? Because his father came onto I call it the Chitlin Circuit social media streets and interview with his ops. Why would your father, your child, your son, your daughter, your cousin, or anyone, your brother, your sister, come on to social media and interview with people they know you don't like and they don't like you because they've seen videos of you cussing each other out or whatever? You know why? That's strictly to get a knife and gut you like a fish. Have you ever cleaned a fish? Have you ever scaled a fish? My grandpa taught me. Scaled it, you cut the head off, then you gutted up that belly and slit it and pulled them guts out. That's what they was doing to Dr. Umar.
To see his own child. The baby daddy can't even see his own child. But y'all want to bring Grandpa Johnson, or that's what your mother and grandmother did, and your grandfather did. That's what your mother. I'm not gonna blame your auntie because your auntie could have been innocent. I'm not. My uncle could have been innocent. Should my uncle have told me he dated my baby mom?
Unc, you should have told him you was hitting that. You should have told him you was hitting that on the low.
Okay.
Full disclosure.
I was born Jermaine She-Make anyway. I'm good. I was born Jermaine She-Make anyway. I'm good. I was born Jermaine She-Make anyway. I'm good. But anyway. Brothers and sisters, one of the reasons I don't mess with my father.
Listen.
And I'm going to say this to you, Grandpa Johnson, since you've been all over the internet slandering me.
And if I had family members I didn't rock with, let's just say if I had family members I didn't rock with, what he's about to say would speak for me.
With my enemies. You've been all over the internet. Now, you chilled out the last couple of years, and I respect you for that. But nobody's father should be on the internet slandering their son with their enemies.
Talk to me.
Nobody's father should be on the internet slandering their son with their enemies. Nobody's father should be on the internet slandering their son with his enemies. You spent time with my daughter behind my back. You got close with my enemies, slandering me on the internet behind my back.
Woo! Abu! Abu! What is wrong with you, Abu? I didn't know you did this. How you gonna get... You spent time and got close with his enemies. What, you calling them family? You calling them brother and sister, aunt and uncle? What you doing with the enemies, Abu?
I'm gonna respectfully ask you, sir, stay the fuck out of my life and away from my children. I'm not...
Stay the fuck up out his life.
I'm gonna tell you no more. I don't mess with you. I do not mess with you.
And I mean that.
Stay out my life. Stay away from my children. I'm not gonna tell your ass no more.
Woo!
Now,
he meant that.
Let's continue.
I agree with him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm digressing.
Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf. Do you know that she went with me to the Garvey meetings every Sunday at 3 o'clock in North Philadelphia? Ask your mama. The Garveyites of Philadelphia know. Most of them are ancestors now, but you went to the Garvey. I raised you in the UNIA. I was trying to raise you in the UNIA. Baby Smurf was with the Prince of Pan-Africanism every Sunday at 3 o'clock at 1609-11 Cecil B. Moore Avenue at the Thomas W. Harvey Hall, international headquarters of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, August 1929 of the world. You was with me every Sunday at the Garvey meetings. We went to the zoo. We went to the museums. We always had fun. We went to the restaurant. Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf. I took you to the Garvey study groups. I took you. You was always with your daddy until your mama started running away. You was always with your daddy until your mama started running away. And then you had some Negro on social media say. You had some Negro on social media say. He has visitation. I never had supervised visitation. I had real custody, partial custody, split.
So somebody on social media, I don't know who said that Dr. Umar had supervised visitation. My thing is, it's not your business. And how do you know this? Were you there? How do these people come up with, they thinking they know everything about somebody? Some stalkers. Well, you guys are some stalkers. Somebody said he
Princess of Pan-Africanism. I never sat on the couch for Baby Smurf. I sat on the couch for the Princess of Pan-Africanism, and that was not a court order because we had never been to court for custody. That was not a court order. We had never been to court for custody because I didn't believe in the courts no more.
See, right now, I mean, he's doing more than I could. I wouldn't be telling nobody nothing, explaining nothing, but he feels that he has to right now. But I would tell him to kick rocks. You don't know what that means? That means just go eat some shit and die, pretty much.
They didn't help me get my baby for 10 years. I sat on the couch because I was trying to be humble, hoping that the evil vegan would let me see my child. But let me stay on Baby Smurf. We want to get to the evil vegan.
We're going to do the evil vegan tomorrow.
I wanted both of my babies, and I was happy to be a father.
I saw the evil vegan. She looks a little bougie.
I wanted both of my babies, and I was happy to be a father. I wanted both of my babies, and I was happy to be a father. So somebody said, well, he was too busy with his career. That had nothing to do with it. I'm never too busy for my children. I'm never too busy for my children. I'm never too, I die for, I'm never, That didn't have nothing to do with it. I wasn't there because I was kept out. It didn't have nothing to do with no speaking, no traveling, no organizing. That's a bunch of cap. I never had a restraining order against me by any woman in my life. If I'm lying, produce it. I never put my...
They saying that he done hit women, he done had restraining orders. He's never done that. They just making up stuff. Show the receipts. Show it. Let me see what y'all saying. Everybody tells this. I just don't care about people's business. I know I could care less. But I'm just reporting on this. But I'm not gonna be trying to work. Especially when the court system backed her and not him. They are envious and dirty. Dr. Umar doing great. That's why they coming for him. Yeah, and the school will be opening. I feel it in my spirit. That school will open. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, right? I'm gonna donate to the school. I sure am, and I'm gonna print my receipt and show everybody just because I can. Now that would be being a little boastful.
Hands on a woman in my life.
He's never hit a woman.
Put my hands on a woman in my life.
But you know who has? Lil Wayne slapped Toya, and Walter slapped him back.
If I have a restraining order, can somebody show me? If any woman, anywhere, anytime, got a restraining order on me, police report on me, arrest.
And do you know it's men out here saying he has 3 or 4 children, like they know where his shongo stick went? They really think they know what his shongo stick did and how many kids this man have. Why is another man worried about his shongo stick? Why? You mad because you're not a King Kong conscious shongo? I know what they don't have a king. I'm digressing. I'm sorry, y'all.
Record on me. Show me. I was happy to be a father. I was kept out of my children's lives because I wanted to be a father. How many black men know what I'm talking about when I say I was kept out of my children's lives because I wanted to be a father? How many black men understand what I'm saying when I say I was kept out of my children's lives because I wanted to be a father? They kept me out because I wanted to be. Men who don't want to be fathers don't have to be kept away. You don't have to hide the children. You ain't got to go and get custody. Men who don't want to be involved, they don't go to court. The parents don't hide the kids. It's the men who want to be fathers. When you want to be a father, you go through this shit. When you want to be a father, you go through this.
Y'all got Dr. Umar cussing. He done said, ooh, child. He done cussed Shabu out. Was it Shabu? Or Umu? I forgot what he said.
You don't go through this when you're a deadbeat. You go through this when you are a stand-up black man. That's why you go through this.
Y'all got him sweating. He got to wipe his head. He pissed. He is pissed.
I want to say something else. When Mama Smurf got pregnant, her cousin was pregnant. She had an older cousin or aunt who was pregnant.
Oh, I didn't hear this part.
And her baby daddy decided to marry her. And I think that Mama Smurf felt that she could make me marry her too. Mama Smurf's mother and father were going through a divorce while she was pregnant with my child. And I think a lot of the negative energy that I caught from Mama Smurf had to do with the fact that her mother and father were going through a divorce. I caught a lot of that negative energy from the Grandma Smurf.
I believe it.
And from Mama Smurf. From Grandma Smurf and from Mama.
And see, that's the stuff Mama Smurf didn't want out here, but hey, it is what it is now.
Smurf, they was going through a divorce. Here you are.
Wait a minute. Let me see what's up. Kenyatta say, many of us in Detroit gave money to Marvin Winans to build their new church. It's 15 years later, no church, just cricket. And what about the other man? Oh, Seth. Who is the man that locked the church on the folks? So yeah, where's the money that he took? Why don't they ask for that money back 15 years ago? No new church. But y'all want to harass Dr. Umar because he walks around here with his belt on his shoulder, and he can travel and go to all these different countries and all these different HBCUs, jump and shout when they hear him say a few words, and people are just hating on him. And because he used his, many of us, okay, some men get mad because Dr. Umar is so pro-black, and I understand what he's saying and how some women create a problem to keep him away from his kids, and some sick women don't care about hurting their kids by keeping their fathers away from them. Marvin Sapp, yeah, that man, I'm gonna have to talk about that on another day. How you gonna lock it? What is wrong with him? And he got money. Why don't you just $40,000? I heard he got millions. You dropped the 40K. Them people got bills to pay. How you gonna lock the doors and tell somebody they can't leave today? Did they come up with the money and lost their damn mind? Where that school? That school network Supreme, it is a delayed opening. We, meaning the people that support Dr. Umar Johnson, we need people to continue to support and donate. It is tax deductible, but he is working on it. He's got to hire staff. He's got to make sure everything is stable and the school will withstand any type of um, tornadoes and hurricane, whatever could happen. You know what I'm saying? So you need to continue to donate. Don't hate on them just because it didn't meet the timeline. They said it was going to. You ever went to a restaurant, especially a good old black soul food restaurant on Sunday? They open at 11 o'clock. You get there. The macaroni and cheese ain't done. They be ready at 12. The greens still cooking. All the cornbread bacon. It's a delayed opening. It's just a minor setback for a hell of a comeback. That's all. Don't hate on the brother. He doing good. He got family coming after him now. People carrying his own blood. You know it's a dirty world when your daddy come out here and hang with your enemies. It's enough he got to deal with people he don't know behind avatars he ain't never seen before. And they ain't gonna never show themselves. But when you know who you dealing with your own blood, somebody that helped produce you, sit with your enemy and talk about you, shit, you can't trust nobody.
Are pregnant with my child. I'm not trying to marry you just because. And so I got treated like shit.
I believe you too.
Mama Smurf was on
Sick
birth
of these
control
damn women treating men like shit.
The evil vegan had an IUD. Mama Smurf.
The evil vegan needs some fried chicken.
Was on birth control pill. The evil vegan had an IUD. Mama Smurf was on birth control pill. The evil vegan had an IUD. I didn't ask your opinion, so you're getting blocked. Block party.
Hey, Beefy.
Mama Smurf stopped taking her pills after she graduated from Millersville University. Her pregnancy was intentional. Mama Smurf got pregnant on purpose. She stopped taking birth control after she graduated from Millersville University. The pregnancy was intentional. She did it on purpose. And I did not have a problem.
Well, you should have covered up the Shango stick. I think he's about to say that. Just because she stopped, now you get it. But he's already said that he takes his, he knows he was just as responsible as her.
Because I was ready to be a daddy, so it was all good.
Oh, okay.
The pregnancy was not the problem. Nobody told them to get rid of their babies. Nobody told them.
He did not ask them to lay on the slab and abort. Some people get pregnant after they've had all that fun and laid up and rolled around and ride and dipped in dirt and turned and lifted up and backed it up. Then they want to go have an abort.
To get rid of their babies. Nobody. I was ready to be a dad. The pregnancy wasn't the problem. The shotgun marriage was the problem. The pregnancy wasn't the problem. The shotgun marriage was the problem. The pregnancy wasn't the problem. The shotgun marriage was the problem.
You can't make no man marry you. You can't make no woman get married.
One time I went over Mama Smurf's house and she didn't open the door. And I saw her car outside. And I said, why Mama Smurf not opening the door? Her car is outside. And Mama Smurf finally comes to the door and she says, My mom don't want my dad in the house. My mom don't want my dad in the house. My mom don't want my dad in the house. And I'm like, but that's his house. He live here. They're going through a divorce, but he paid the bills, you know. It ain't none of my business, but why would you not let your father in the house? So I knew Mama Smurf had a little bit of.
See, this what happens. Now he telling stuff that nobody would ever want out there because they done pissed him out. So now other family members are being drugged into this. Now you got Grandmama Smurf getting drugged into this. She didn't want none of her business out here. But somebody decided to open their mouth and run out here and I got a story to tell. Some people's stories, a lot of people, it need to be flushed down the toilet.
Daddy issues. She didn't have as many daddy issues as the evil vegan, as you will soon find out. But Mama Smurf had some daddy issues. Mom and dad was going through a divorce.
Evil vegan.
So I caught a lot of the divorce energy. I caught a lot of the divorce between Grandpa Smurf and Mama Smurf. I caught a lot of that energy that probably wasn't even meant for me, but I caught that energy. I think that's all I want to say.
He got notes, honey.
On Mama Smurf and Baby. Before I end the live,
we back.
It started back up. I want to let people know.
We got cut off. Somebody's still trying to call me.
On April 5th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I think that was it. That was it. So we're going to do what's her name? The evil vegan tomorrow. Tonight he talked about Mama Smurf. We'll talk about the evil vegan tomorrow. You know. You're not eating no good old meat. I don't know. You need a little meat in your life. You need some meat in your life other than the Shango stick. Hey BK, yep, come watch me. It can get ugly. Hey PP, I know that's right, PP. Okay. Hey handsome, I know that's right. I have nothing but respect for Dr. Umar Johnson. That's right. Where can I watch this at? What Amber? I'm gonna talk about. You can go on his Instagram, and he did the whole live about him and the evil vegan baby mama number 2. But come back here tomorrow, and we'll be live doing another live about Dr. Umar Johnson. Okay, please thumbs up this video, y'all. Subscribe to my channel. I'm on my way to 40K. Let's get to 40K. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to grow. And if you don't know me, one thing I can tell you about me, when I get interested in something and I'm passionate about it, I don't hold back. I go all in and I don't care the consequences or what anyone thinks. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right. At ease, my kings and queens. Good night.